We have come into what I call the high holy days. Spring training games have started. The St. Patrick's Day parade is around the corner. And of course, opening day of the Major League Baseball season coming as well. And we welcome this morning Ryan Dawson. He is the Grand Marshal of the Morris County St. Patrick's Day parade, which is coming to Morristown on Saturday, March 11th. Ryan, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Now,
Thanks for having me.
what exactly are the duties of the Grand Marshal of the parade?
Well, basically, I would sum it up as they expect me to be an ambassador for the months and weeks leading up to the parade, and which I've been doing with my buddies all laughing because I've been wearing that sash every morning, noon, and night. And then the day of the parade, my job is to lead the parade down South Street, around the green, down Washington Street. And then my wife and I will be picked up by a golf cart and taken to the grandstand that's right on the green. And we will watch the parade and greet all the marchers as they come around.
Now, you have a history with the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick of Morris County. How did you get involved with them?
Actually, a friend of mine I work with asked me why I wasn't involved with the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick, and I actually had never heard of them. This probably goes back to 2007, I think. And I said, you know what, where do I sign up? What do I do? They said, well, go to a meeting and see if you like it. So I went to my first meeting, and actually the person that referred me to the group didn't show up at that meeting. So I walked into this meeting with like 125 Irish guys. And I walked in and, the moment I started talking to people, I said, I think I'm going to like this group. And here we are.
You're originally from here in Morris County, lived in Florida, moved back. What brought you back here to New Jersey?
Well, for one, I'll tell you, my parents left. We lived in Roxbury. When I was 10, we left to go to Florida. My father had a job down in Fort Lauderdale. So I grew up, I went to high school, grammar school down in Florida. I had a big connection with my grandparents. So, and actually Florida I never really fit in with Florida. I love tweed jackets and corduroy, and I just didn't fit in down there. So my grandparents, they had like a little apartment in their basement, and I said, you know what, I want to spend some more time with these guys. I haven't been around them, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best things I ever did with my life because my grandparents were a huge, huge influence on me.
Ryan Dawson's our guest this morning on the Jersey Magazine here at 105.5 WDHA, the Grand Marshal of the Morris County St. Patrick's Day Parade, which kicks off at noon on Saturday, March 11th. Now, you've been through the parade before, I'm sure. What's your favorite part of it?
Well, it's funny. Since I've been involved with the Friendly Sons, I've been involved with the parade. Not in the logistical part of it, but the fundraising part of it. So I've been on the finance committee of the parade for at least 13 years. And I have to say, once the fundraising is over, which generally is about 2 weeks before the parade itself, I don't want to say it's like I don't want to say it's like the grand finale, but my favorite part of the parade is the months leading up to the parade, where we meet once a month to start fundraising and soliciting our sponsors. So I really love the whole season of it. The parade itself, I mean, I've marched with the Friendly Sons for all these years. I mean, it's no more than 20 minutes. But it's the preparation that's about 6 months.
You mentioned the financial part of it, and I know that there are monetary donations that are made. Tell our listeners about that.
Well, believe it or not, it's completely self-funded. The parade does not accept any money from the town, the county, the state. We actually fundraise throughout the year. It takes about $75,000 to run this parade, and frankly, with inflation the way it is now, it's even going higher. We have to pay the marching bands. The cost of insurance has gone sky high, even down to the porta potties along the route. We pay for all of that. We've had some amazing sponsors over the years. Trend Motors in Rockaway. They've been a sponsor for at least 15 years. Atlantic Healthcare, Morristown Hospital, and many of the bars and restaurants in town. We depend on their donations. And I just can't say enough about the volunteers that every year we follow up with these folks, and it is just, we don't have a problem. They love the parade. It's this time of year, and we put together this really nice parade journal that advertises the sponsors. It has great stories about the parade, and actually this year, now 3 years ago, we started a program called the Patrons, the Parade Patrons, and that is individuals and families for $200 can join the parade. It's actually a club within the parade. We do activities throughout the year, and that money goes directly to the parade, of which we donate every year about $40,000 to $50,000 to local charities.
That's incredible. That really is. Ryan Dawson, my guest this morning, Grand Marshal of the parade this year, the Morris County St. Patrick's Day Parade, which started in Wharton back in 1979. And by 1991, it had outgrown Wharton and then moved here to Morristown. I've actually marched a couple of times in the parade, once with my parish church and then numerous times with WDHA. And Ryan, I can't get over how well organized it is from start to finish. It's amazing.
It is. We actually have a committee called the Line of March. That committee is led by Teresa Davis, one of our volunteers. She starts compiling the list weeks in advance. And then there's several divisions. Don't quote me on the number, maybe 4 or 5. And the parking lot itself, this year, we're actually very proud. The starter of the parade is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Scollins, and he has been head of the Marshals for as long as I've been involved. And he just lines them up. We have to laugh because he's almost like a drill sergeant in the parking lot. He is one of the best volunteers we have, and he's responsible for it going as well as it does.
I'm sure I've met him along the way a number of times. And yes, very, very well organized. Your Irish heritage goes back quite a ways. Tell our listeners about that.
Well, so, I didn't really grow up in a typical Irish household. I'm a mutt. I'm an American mutt. I've got a little bit of everything. It wasn't until I joined the Friendly Sons that I wanted to learn more about my Irish heritage. And per my Ancestry.com DNA, which I did, I'm 48% Irish. I actually am going to bring those DNA results to the reception on Friday because I know I'm going to get some jokes about it. I've got some interesting history going back to Ireland. My second great grandfather was a gentleman by the name of James Morrissey. He came over from Dublin when he was in his late teens, and right at the beginning of the Civil War, and he joined the 2nd Michigan Cavalry, fought through several battles, and somehow ended up in Paterson, New Jersey. I don't know that part of the story. He ended up becoming a realtor, which is funny because I'm a realtor, and he opened his own brokerage in Paterson and actually became one of the town founders of Haledon, New Jersey, which is right next door.
Sure.
He was a jack of all trades, and when he passed away, he was a very wealthy and influential person in Paterson. He was really the epitome of the American dream.
That's incredible. That really is. My family, and I've done the same thing going through Ancestry.com. I'm 75% Irish. My dad has some German in him, but we can only go back as far as I think the 1800s, maybe the 1890s, 1890s, where my family started to come over.
Yeah, it gets hard. It gets hard once you get to the mid 1800s with Ireland.
Yeah. For DHA listeners who want to learn more about the parade, and look, I know they know about it because we are a big part of it every year. It's Saturday, March 11th, the Morris County St. Patrick's Day Parade. You can go online to paradeday.com. Let's hope for good weather. Ryan Dawson, the Grand Marshal of this year's parade. Thank you so much for your time joining us here this morning.
Thank you so much. See you soon.